England accounts for just over half the total area of the UK, covering over 130,000 square kilometres with a population of 51.8 million. It is now the third most densely populated country in the EU, behind only Malta and the Netherlands. In London, population density levels are 16 times higher than in the rest of the country. Most of the country consists of lowland terrain, with England's highest mountain being Scafell Pike at 978 metres. It has a coastline of more than 10,000 kilometres, with a port trade of over 344 million tonnes through its ports, primarily London, Grimsby and Immingham, and Liverpool. Navigation around its waters has always been challenging, and the first offshore lighthouse was that built on the Eddystone Rocks in 1699. The first lightship was positioned in the Thames in 1732. Trinity House of Deptford was founded in 1514 to look after navigation marks in the Thames estuary, and it now looks after most of the marks in England and Wales. The national flag of England is that of St George. The red and the white rose, appearing as one, forms the floral emblem and echoes the colours of the national flag. In the early 15th century, Morris dancers would have been a familiar sight and sound in rural England, celebrating fertility and the coming of spring. With the rise of industrial England came the increasing drift of country population into towns, but Morris dancing survived, and today there are more than 14,000 Morris dancers and 6 predominant styles of dancing.
Ladies and gentlemen, our dancers come from the geographical area of the Cotswolds, and our first dance is from a village in Leafield, with a traditional pin town, but I won't bore you with all that. Balance the straw. This time. from a village in Oxfordshire, for those who know Oxfordshire, in Buckingham, called Queen's Delight.